A very good morning, children. Welcome to the online session of subject English of 9th class. I hope so. You all are very fine and staying healthy in the present situation. So, in the previous class, we are discussing about a story called The Snake and the Mirror. The Snake and the Mirror. So, this story is about a homeopath. So, one of the homeopath doctor, he was discussing his own experiences, his own life experiences with someone. So regarding what type of experience he was sharing, so he was sharing the experience with the snake. So what was his experience in his life about regarding the snake? So he was sharing to someone. Okay. So here in the previous class we have seen about the homeopath, about the self imagination of the lifestyle of the homeopath. Self imagination means how his face should be, how his lifestyle should be, so to whom he should marry. So like that we have seen everything. Okay. So in that what in the middle times, while he was self imagining himself in the middle at that moment, so he was hearing some type of noises, hearing some type of familiar sounds. So what type of familiar sounds? So for the first time he has heard about the rat sounds. So from the second time onwards he was hearing some type of sounds which was very familiar to him. Familiar means here known sounds. Okay. So very known, very understandable sounds. So like that we have seen in the previous class. So already by the time he was sharing his lifestyle experiences with someone. So at the time what happened? So while looking into the mirror, so he suddenly heard some type of third sound. A type of third sound. So third sound means, suppose if a very large rubber tire was directly fell on the ground, so what type of sound it will come? So that type of sound he heard while he was sitting on the chair. So like that he thought that it might be something. So there is not at all any creature in my room, he thought. So maybe there might be rats, he thought. So after that, so whatever the things happened afterwards, they become very much simultaneous. Simultaneous means equally. So at the equal time, at a time, those things have been happened. At a time, those things has been happened. What are those things? The first one is turning around from the direction of his sitting. So turning backside. Okay. So that one. And one more thing. What is that one more thing? So the second one is the snake. The snake, a very fat snake. So wriggling above the chair, and it placed on the position of his elbow. So these two things happen at a time. Okay. So he's turning backside, and the snake wriggling over the chair. Wriggling means crawling. So crawling across the chair and above the chair, and taking a seat on the elbow, above the elbow of this homeopath doctor. So like this, these two things have been happened very equal at a time. Okay. So up to here we have completed. So afterwards what happened? So this homeopath doctor, he was not at all making a sound. Suppose we people, if we had any injury or anything, we will shout, we will shout. So but here very for small injury only we will shout, we will shout. But here a very fat snake, it was taking a seat on his elbow, on his elbow. Okay, so at the time, so this person, this doctor, he was very quiet, he was very quiet. So not at all he was taking a breath, not at all taking a breath. Okay, one thing. And he was sitting like a rock, he was sitting like a rock. So he was not at all moving, and he was not at all crying also. So that means he was not at all shouting. Okay, so like this everything has been become very much silent. So how he was sat means like a stone. He sat like a stone. He sat like a stone. Suppose if you keep a stone at any place or any ground, so without our influence, does it move? So it won't move. So if we move that stone only, it will move. So without our influence, that stone itself would never move. So here this homeopath doctor also sitting like a stone only. Okay, sitting like a stone. So here what we have to understand is, so he was holding his breath. He was holding his breath, because suppose if we are taking breath means the snakes it will grasp our feelings, our sensation. It will grasp our sensation from the nose. Okay, if we are taking breathing, so that whatever the sensation, that will touch to the snake, that will touch to the snake. So it will think that there might be someone human. Okay, so without any revenge, the snakes won't bite us. Okay, so he was thinking that maybe it may strike me. So at the time he was not at all taking any type of breath. Okay, he was holding his breath and sitting just like a stone, and he was watching what is happening. So he was holding his breath and sitting like a stone, but his mind, whatever the mind is there, that is very much active, that is complete active, that is in a complete activeness. So that is working in a progress, working as an active mind. Okay, so in his mind only everything he was thinking, what the snake will do. So he was thinking. So at that time, see, so after that, okay, so here completely he was in a stone. He was like a stone. Okay, so what about the climate? What about the climate, and what about the room means that room completely it was in a darkness. Completely it was in a darkness. So if he was opening the door also, the door is in an open position only, but there is complete darkness in the room, because so his room is not an electrified room, so there is no current, no power, just he has only one of the lighting lamp. So only the lamp is there. So he was sitting in front of the lamp was just in front of him, and in that light only this person's face, only this person's person was able to see, able to watch in that light. Okay, so the reflection, suppose the light is there here, the light is there here. Okay, so for this light, the reflection is going just to this person only, and this person was sitting like a rock, like a stone. Okay, so this room was totally completely changed into the darkness, and whatever the light, this light was giving a spot to this person only, So after that he was imagining. So in his mind, so already I said, so his mind was very much active. Okay, so here in this in his mind, what he was thinking means, suppose if the snake has bite me, if the snake has bite me, what type of medicine I should take. So like that he was thinking. He was thinking. Suppose and one more thing, as we are seeing that in the room, whatever the room is there, so the snake, it was heading up to his left arm. It was heading to his left arm. So this is a left arm. So from the shoulders onwards, it was heading to the left arm and slithered and slithered above the elbow of the left arm. So slithered means moved. Slithered means covered totally. It has, suppose this is the left hand from the elbow. So here the elbow is, elbow means this one. This part is called elbow. So above the elbow, it has been crawled. It has been crawled. So like this it has been coiled. Okay. So after coiling, what it has done means, it was pressing this left arm very very powerfully, so that his hand power was totally getting lost. Okay, so whatever the activeness he is having, it was completely going off. Okay, so he was becoming very weak person. His hand is becoming very much weak. Okay, so after that completely from the beginning onwards, from the beginning of this snake arriving, so he was sitting like a stone only. So after that he was thinking. What he was thinking? He was thinking about his life. So how my life will be. So like that he was thinking. And one more thing. So suppose if this snake has been bite me, what will happen? Like that he was thinking. So after coiling to his left arm, so whatever the head part of the snake is there, so this head part, it is just it has been turned to his face. Suppose I am the homeopath doctor. So and the snake has been crawled to his left arm, and this snake's the head part will be there now. So this head part, it has been enlarged. It has been enlarged and looking to him from the 4 to 5 inches onwards. The distance between this snake's head, the distance between snake's head and his face was 4 to 5 inches. So generally, what is meant by inch? Inch means 2 to 3 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters. Inch means 2.5 centimeters, like this. Okay, but here the distance between the snake's head and his face was 4 to 5 inches. 4 to 5 inches means around how much we can say, nearly 12 to 13 centimeters. That means just our short scale will be there now 15 centimeters. So that much distance is there. So if we keep our short scale from our head onwards, so wherever the ending will be there, so that much distance it is. That means very closer to him. So the head part of this snake is very closer to this person. Okay, so like that it is there. So at that time also he was sitting just like a stone only. So he was not at all moving. Suppose what will happen if he moves means, if he was moving means what will happen? So the snake will bite him. And if he was taking breath means what will happen? The snake will grasp the sensation of this person's air. Is it right? So like that, that's why only he was holding his breath and just sitting like a stone. So after this, what happened? Suddenly, whatever the snake, it was looking to him. It was looking to him. This snake, its head suddenly turned over to the backside. Turned over to the backside. Okay. So after turning to the backside, what is it? So there, we know that he was sitting on a chair, and in front of him there was one of the big mirror. Is it right? So on that mirror, so in that mirror, this snake, it peeped into the snake. It was peeping into the snake. That means, so looking into the mirror. So by looking into the mirror, it was observing another snake in the mirror. Another snake in the mirror. So that at that time, this snake, whatever the coiling part is there on its hand, it was just removing the coilness. That means it was leaving from his left arm, okay, left arm. So by leaving from the left arm, it is gradually it was passing through his labs, labs and labs means what is meant by labs? So here labs means if we are sitting, so on our thighs, okay, on our thighs. So from the thighs onwards, it crawled to the table. It crawled to the table, and it was looking into the mirror. Okay. So by looking into the mirror, so this person, whoever sitting like a dog, like a stone, so completely he was holding a breath continuously, and he was silently he was leaving, he was escaping from this. Silently he was escaping. So without any noise or without any breathtaking sensation, so he was silently moving from there. So and he went to the door. And the door is already open. So directly after going to the door, very slowly he ran into the backyard. So already in the first class, what we said. So back side of this room, there is one of the yard. Yard means very empty place. So in that empty place he ran. So he was not at all taking concentration on this room and on this snake. So here what happened before the time? What happened means, so this snake, it was looking into the mirror. So he was thinking that by looking into the mirror, what he thought means, what this snake was doing. So why it was, maybe whatever I self-imaginated, about my life and about my face, so maybe it was looking about the beautiness of its face and everything. So maybe it might also be self-imaginating about itself. So by looking into the mirror, so its face and its head, everything. So maybe this snake wants to grow up the mustache. Mustache means, I said, the thin hair, the small hair growing above our upper lip. So this is called a mustache. So maybe it was imaginating to grow the mustache. Maybe it wants to have shavings daily. So like that this person was thinking. Okay. So after this only he gradually started to move back to the backyard. Okay, to move backyard. So without taking a breath, taking the breath, with the holding the breath. Okay. So after this, so this person started to run to some of his friend's house. So after going to his friend's house, so at the night time he stayed in his friend's house only. So after staying, so again in the next morning he came to his house. with along with his friends. So this time, so he not came with a single. So he came along with his friends. So 2 or 3 friends has been came along with him. 2 to 3 friends has been came. Okay, to to give a support to him, because already at night time he got very much fear and he sat like a stone and holding a breath. So if his friends has been came, if my friends has been came means, so I will be somewhat in a dare. So I will be somewhat cool and I will be very much relaxed. Okay, so I will get a good support with along with my friends. So they might be giving some ideas to me. So like that he thought, and he came along with his 2 or 3 friends. So at a early morning, around 8:30 at the time of 8:30. So early morning 8:30. So 8:30 a.m. So he came to his room. Why he came again? So to vacate his room. So to completely leave from that room and to take all the things. So whatever the things are there in his house, he wants to take all his things. So all his equipments, furniture, everything. So he wants to take all this and he wants to leave. But all of a sudden, what happened at the morning time when he approached to his house? The first of all, what he saw means the house was very neat. House was very much neat. So neat and tidy it is. And one more thing, and very shockingly and surprisingly, there are some of his most important items has been lost. He has lost. Okay, so like his black coat. So whatever the some medical practices, he has been lost everything. So what are there in his house means, just one of the vest is there. One of the vest. So vest means already you know. So vest means banyan. So a white color banyan is there. So that vest is there, and that too it is a somewhat dirty. It is somewhat dirty, and there are some holes on this vest. Okay, this is left over in his room, and whatever the furniture, table, bed, everything is there. Okay, so his some of the clothes has been lost. He has lost some of his clothes and some medical practices. So at the time, so this story he was saying to someone. Okay, so in the starting class we said, so to some of to some other people he was saying this story. So one person got a doubt. So what is the doubt means? He asked to the doctor. What he asked? Doctor, did you saw the snake again? Like the in the next morning he asked. So what he said? He said that no. In the next morning I never saw the dog. I never saw a snake. Maybe this snake was came to attract itself about its beauty. To attract itself about its beauty. So to think same as me. So to for the attractiveness of beauty, like that it came. I think so. Like that he was saying. So one more person asked a doctor. So how was your wife now? So is your wife very fat, or how she was? He asked. One of the person asked. For that, what this doctor said, God unwillingly changed my interest. So how he changed my his self imagination means, so the wife, his wife was very much unpleasant, and she was somewhat a sprinter. She was a sprinter it seems. So what is the meaning of sprinter? See here. sprinter. She was unpleasant and a sprinter and experienced a sprinter. Sprinter means a very fast runner. Very fast runner. Fast runner. Okay. What he thought in the previous class? What he thought? So my wife should be as a fat should be very fat, and whatever the if at all if I made any silly mistake, she should not run. She should not run very much fast. Okay. So but God has changed my interest. God has changed my interest very quite oppositely. So how she was? She was unpleasant and she was a fast runner. She was a very fast runner. That means fast runner means sprinter. Sprinter. S-P-R-I-N-T-E-R. Sprinter. So like that he thought. Okay. So here by this what we can understand from this story means so here if at all if we are seeing any mirror, so there might be some attractiveness. So there will be some self imaginations regarding our life, our face, our body. So everything will be. So whoever might be seeing into the mirror. So someone will think that if any creature or any other creature saw the mirror means they will think that some another animal has came. So how like that they will think. Suppose for example in the Panchatantram story you have been seen the lion, the king lion will see another lion in the well which was trapped by the rabbit. Is it right? So you might be knowing about the story. So if the lion was seeing into the well means in the water, it will see another lion. Is it right? So same like that only. So there will be misunderstanding about this reflection. So the king lion could not able to understand what is the reflection. So that is itself image only. It might be not understanding. So there in the rabbit got that idea. So that is a somewhat brilliance. So like that they will understand, and like this also they will self imaginate about their life. Okay, if they are looking into the mirror means. So like this the story was happened. So the snake and the mirror. So this is a story about the snake and the mirror. So I think so you have understand this story very well. So in the next class we shall see about the author, about the writer of this story, and we shall see some the next part of this unit 1 I hope so you have understood very well. Okay. So thank you for listening children. Have a good day children. Thank you.